I wanted to share a project with you that I've been working on. When I started, I thought I was going to do something related to Matisse, and I created all of these colorful painted papers. Then when I started working, it really started to remind me more of Henry Rousseau, and I started to make these little jungle scenes. So I guess this project is a combination of Henry Matisse and Rousseau. Today I'm going to be talking about the butterfly collage, but everything that I'm going to show you really can be applied to any kind of collage that you want to use. You can use painted papers for this, but you can also use construction paper, or you can create some of your own textured papers just using crayon. This scribbling technique is actually called scumbling, and I am using colors of different layers of green to build up a nice texture that I'm going to end up using for the bushes later on. So to get started, the first thing I did was I started with a little sketchbook and I drew some animals that I might want to use for my collages. And then when I decided that I was going to start with the butterflies, I wanted foliage around the edge and the butterflies in the middle. So I knew I was going to need green and purple and some orange colors. To do the butterflies, all you need to do is take your little piece of paper, fold it in half. You need to pay attention to where the fold is. It's really important that you start on the fold. And I'm just going to write a capital letter B for butterfly. The first line, you want it to be pretty close to the fold because that's going to end up being the butterfly's body. So there's my letter B. I'm going to connect my B over to the fold. And then when I cut it out, you see what happens? I've got my full butterfly. Now this butterfly is also going to work as a tracer because I want the center of the body to be a different color. So I always trace on the back because if I make a mistake, it doesn't matter. No one's going to see the back. And it took a while to paint all these papers and I really don't want to start over. So do you see I just traced the body of the butterfly? I'm going to connect those lines. And then when I cut it out, it's going to end up looking like this one. So I'm going to have the butterfly is one color, the body's going to be another color. And then you can decorate them however you like. So we've got the butterflies, and now I need some foliage. I already talked to you about using the scumbling to get one type of texture. I'm going to use that for the bushes in the front. You can cut some plants just using some sort of like wavy shapes. They're going to end up looking like bushes. These are going to go behind those bushes in the front. But then for the leaves, like with this lion and this butterfly, it had lots and lots of leaves that were the same size and shape. So what I did to make that faster was I took a long strip of paper, fold it in half, fold it in half again, and then the leaves are sort of like a football shape or an eye shape. So there's just a bump up and a bump down. And then when I cut it out, how many leaves do you think I'm going to have? I fold it in half twice, and I'm going to end up having 4 leaves. You can try folding it a couple more times, but it ends up being a little bit difficult to cut. All right, so there I'm going to start my pile of leaves. So that is the basics. I do want to talk to you a little bit about glue. I never glue anything down until I have all of my shapes ready. And because then I have to pay attention to what's going to be in the back and what's going to be in the front. So I wouldn't glue these bushes down until I glued those bushes down because I want them to be behind. I'm going to use a little placemat. I'm using a glue stick, but you can also use white glue. And then you always want to make sure that you put the glue on the smaller shape. Never put the glue on the background, because on this shape, I know exactly how much glue I need. But if I were to put my glue stick just right on that background paper, I would just be guessing, and it usually ends up coming out pretty messy. So I'm going to take my smaller shape, go around it a couple times with my glue stick on my placemat, and then I'm going to place it down. And then just keep building up your shapes, until you're happy with your final design. So that's my project for this week. I hope it helps you to get started, and I hope that you'll share what you create with me. Happy creating!